What's up, everyone? This is Gail Dudley, and it is time for the News in Motion podcast. The podcast comes to you once a week outside of our Monday through Thursday live stream on many different platforms. Today, we're going to focus on our guest, Camille Hopkins, and her business, which is serving as a virtual assistant. Before we do that, if this is your first time tuning in, let me just share with you what I mean by our Monday through Thursday live stream compared to our Friday podcast. Monday through Thursday, we stream live, News in Motion Live, at 7:25 a.m. Eastern on all platforms. You can catch us on YouTube, you can catch us on LinkedIn, but if you want to be a part of the live chat, the best place to visit us would be www.facebook.com/news in motion. Again, that's 7:25 a.m. Eastern. And yes, you can catch the replay as well. Our main chat is in our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/news in motion. Now, how can you assist others in finding us? When you come on live, just hit the share button as well as like and follow that page. You can also subscribe to the YouTube, my YouTube, which is youtube.com/ Gail Dudley, and that is GAIL, D as in David, D as in David, LEY. You can get News in Motion there at 7:25 live as well. And then here with our podcast, you can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts. All you have to do that we ask you to do on a regular basis is to download the podcast, subscribe to the place where you listen to your podcast, and if you would also share and then leave us a review. We would love for you to leave us a review as well. Now, if you're watching our Monday through Thursday live News in Motion, or the replay, I just want to say thank you for spending time out of your day with me. Now, we are a different type of news broadcast. Let me just be honest with you. We have fun. That's most important. There are times that I will read and interact with those who are in the chat. News, we give noteworthy information. That is the definition of news, y'all. It is noteworthy information. We are aggregated news outlet with relevant commentary and a call to action mixed with an inspirational message. Every day, Monday through Thursday, you will get an inspirational message. Now, most times the message will lead with the scripture. Oftentimes, we will bring what I call good news along with prayer. So that's who we are. I wanted to just pause long enough to let you know that because so many people have been asking, what makes you different? More and more people are tuning in. They are becoming a part of the chat. They are becoming part of the family. And as we know, February kicks off the official Black History Month. And I made a comment on February the 1st on the live News and Motion show stating that as an African American female, I am Black 365 days out of the year, which means Black History Month is happening every day for me. But along with everyone else, I realize that this is the official month. People want to talk about it, they want to participate in it. And on the News in Motion platform, we want to make sure we are always highlighting people. And being that this is the official month for Black history, not only is our theme going to be centered around entrepreneurship, we will always talk about voting and the importance of voting and making sure you are registered to vote. But the other thing we want to highlight as well is that we want to highlight with all of you this place to connect, this place to get to know people, this place to be able to make business connections and to grow from there. So today you're going to hear this interview that I have with Camille Hopkins. Camille Hopkins owns Pleasant Virtual Assisting Solutions. Again, Camille Hopkins, we're going to welcome her to the show. She owns Pleasant Virtual Assisting Solutions. You will hear me ask her questions such as, what is a virtual assistant? That's coming up, so stay tuned so that you can hear about it. I'm going to also ask her what drew her to this particular business model and idea. I'm also wanting her to talk about her typical clients, and then how many clients will she plan to serve in a year. Now, why do I share all of this? Because I also want to hear from some of you. You may have a business idea. There may be something that you're working on currently. There may be something that you want to um, let our viewers know what you're doing. We are always accepting uh, uh, people who would like to come on the show live, who have the equipment, the lighting, the camera, and again, that could be a iPhone or a Samsung, or you have your computer, because we want to hear from you. The other thing I want to share before I bring Camille onto the show, I want to talk about, just for a moment, the importance of supporting each other, the importance of supporting one another. I think that's so key. One thing with news in motion, I'm going to use myself as an example. The one thing with news in motion, we want to not only be the aggregated news media outlet or one of the aggregated news media outlets, but we want to be able to freely share relevant commentary without having the sponsors try to silence us or put us in a place where we cannot share and have these open dialogues and conversation. So we're always looking for people to support News in Motion and to be what I call a part of our Patreon membership program. You can be a part of Patreon by going to www.patreon.com/news in motion. Again, that's www.patreon.com/news in motion. All of this information is going to be in the show notes. Please take a moment to check it out because we would love for you to be a part. So let's get started. Are you an artist? Are you an author? Are you an audio engineer? Are you a web designer? Are you in marketing? Are you in PR? Are you a banker? Do you have an at home business? Do you have a travel company? Whatever it may be, do you need an assistant? Do you need someone to help with your email flow? Do you need someone to help with your calendar? Do you need someone to help with your financials? Do you need someone to answer your phone calls? Do you need someone to do content writing? Do you need help? For me, and the reason I have Camille Hopkins joining me today is because it was time for me to start outsourcing some of those items that were weighing me down or stopping me from progressing forward. So, y'all get ready as I bring on Camille Hopkins to talk about her business, Pleasant Virtual Assisting Solutions. Again, Pleasant Virtual Assisting Solutions. I hope you will enjoy this podcast. Get your pen and paper, get ready to take notes, and get ready to write down her email and how you can connect with her. I'm so excited to bring on Camille. Let's get started.
Good morning, News in Motion family. This is absolutely amazing. And I want y'all to know if Gail is doing something, it's a big deal. And I keep saying it, it's a big deal.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you. Now you're now with we're one of your clients. News in Motion is now one of your clients.
Yes,
You have what you call Pleasant Virtual Assisting Solutions.
yes, ma'am.
So it's a virtual assistant business. Now, my first question is because so many people have this question, what is a virtual assistant?
Absolutely. So first of all, thank you for having me on here. I've been sitting on this idea for literally years. But a virtual assistant, basically, I complete administrative assistant tasks only virtually. Everybody knows we're in a pandemic, traditional jobs have moved to at home or just not meeting regularly in person. So everything that any regular administrative assistant would normally do, whether that's billing, making phone calls, setting up client calls, responding to emails, anything like that, I just do it from home or on my own schedule.
I love that. I love that. I love that. So what drew you to become a virtual assistant? What was it that said, "Oh, this is my passion. I want to do this." Can you share that with us? And the reason why I'm asking her this question, everyone, be thinking about this because some of these questions are the same questions you should be asking yourself when you're looking at starting either a small business, being an entrepreneur, or a side hustle. So Camille, what drew you to become a virtual assistant?
So I had already been doing all these things, whether it's in my full time job or just for people. Again, if you know Gail, she will push you in different avenues. So I've been doing all these things for free, and I'm just like, okay, it's a pandemic. Um, Gail also pushes multiple streams of income, and so I really just picked up on like, what can I be doing? What am I already good at? That I've been doing. I did in high school a legal office technology program. So I'm like, I'm already doing this. I already know how to transcribe. I know how to write emails, things like that, and just make the money from there.
Yeah. Yeah, she was a part of we did before the pandemic, we were doing Saturday sessions at the Westerville Library. Several women would come together and then we would talk and we would go through like a Bible study. And Camille kept giving I was like, "Why are you doing this free? What is your problem? You got to go put this out here." So I would literally push her. And I would say the same thing to all of you. We have to have multiple streams because there are times that one thing will dry up, you have the next
Yeah.
thing. Many of you don't know this. There's so many of you who were liking the necklaces and the pieces that I was wearing. I said, okay, I'm going to just go get a vendor's license and go buy all these pieces up or whatever that looks like and put it out there. Well, it didn't do anything. It did a little thing for some of my friends during the Christmas season, but I had to rethink that and say, okay, this ain't working. So don't even be afraid to try something and be like, okay, that's not working because you at least tried it to see if it works or not. And plus, it didn't go along with what I was doing with media. It was just something I was doing, which I can still do it, but I can throw it in my Poshmark closet in place of that. So, can you tell me, like, who are some of your typical clients, Camille?
Sure. So I am specializing in supporting Black businesses, whether small, medium, large, whatever. I just think it's really important to support people who look like me. A lot of people don't think that they can do well, especially in that first, second year, super hard. I'm even, really going through that. Like, is this what I want to do? How much money do I want to put into it? So just kind of sitting down and walking with them, that has been like my motto. Like, I want to walk with people through whatever they're going through, so I really immerse myself in their business. So if Gail is like, hey, I want to do this, so something we're working on right now, I'm like, okay, this is my business too. Like, how can I walk with you and make sure we get this done? And it's not all about the money. It is about, building relationships, building one another up. Is, you taught us that. So
Yeah, I believe in building. Y'all know that. I see Leah in here said she enjoyed those mornings at the library. She was in there with us as well.
yes,
We would work. We would work.
yes.
When I say that, I'm not just saying that as in a boasting position, but my thing, y'all should know this by now. I'm going to encourage and build up other people. So it was like, okay, so let's put together a business plan while we're sitting here. And we would write that. And then I would hold them accountable to come back the next week with that plan written. We would talk about the financial pieces of it and go from there. Something that you do, Camille, that I want you to share with the people in the time that we have. You're important. You have a love of supporting Black owned businesses. Is there anything you regularly see within a Black business that you want to communicate or tell people they should put these things in place now?
So I'm also just beginning to, I haven't seen a whole lot, but I just encourage them to keep going. Like you said, just keep trying. Especially most of us hold on. I saw a meme, it's like, dear Black girl, Black man, like, don't just keep your ideas in your notes app for these iPhones. So I keep going. it's going to be tough. It's going to take money. It's going to take communicating. It's going to take networking. Keep going. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's time consuming. But just think about a year from now, something I could have been doing 3 years. I'm just starting. I, you think
But you
about all the
started.
time you have, yeah, you think about so much time that you have wasted, but it's just like once you're finally doing it, you
Mhm.
feel it in your heart and how motivating it is to, be with people. But to answer your question, one thing I do see is the inconsistency. I
Hmm.
know it for myself. Um, Starting something. So I have a client who is doing a podcast and really just walking with him to, you know, let's do this episode, even if I have to be on the episode with you, asking questions. You can take my
Mhm.
voice off. Um, I do um, I do check in regularly, and this is like again, not about the money. What are
Mhm.
you doing? Like because we have a relationship. Like, what are we doing? What did you
Mhm.
work on this week?
Mhm.
What did you get done? Where do you want to be next week? We didn't do this. Okay, it's Saturday. What are we doing? I'm
Yeah.
free. What you want to do? So
Yeah.
just helping them to be consistent. Again, it's a thing I'm walking through, but again, I'm walking with you through your business, through your life.
Right, right. Pastor Alex said, Reginald F. Lewis said, keep going no matter what. And I think that is so key. And that's what Camille is sharing here as well. Are there any questions from those who are viewing or tuning in? Please just put them in there. We have a few more minutes with Camille. And as you all are writing those questions in the chat, if you have any, Camille, how can someone get in touch with you if they're saying, yes, I need a virtual assistant? How could someone get in touch with you?
So the social media that I'm choosing to use is LinkedIn. And if you don't have a LinkedIn and you have a business, you need to get on there. It is the professional Facebook. There are so many different people on there that you can literally just message and make that connection with. So I'm on
Mhm.
LinkedIn, Camille Pleasant Hopkins. I'm also on Instagram. That's more of my personal life. So if you want to see what I'm doing, at Miss
Mhm.
Camille, at Miss MS underscore KUHMIL. She's talking about that book phonetically. So at Miss Camille. But you can also email me. My email for my business is pleasantva at gmail.com.
All right, say that again real slow. And Marion or somebody, if y'all can put that in there. Say that again, her email.
So it's pleasant, PLEASANTVA, and then solutions, SOLUTIONS at gmail.com.
So there you go. And we'll make sure that information is in there as well. I don't see any questions in here. How many do you take a certain amount of clients at one time? What do they need to do? What would someone need to do to get started?
So if you're interested, you can definitely send me an email. I'll send you back some interest letter as well as a questionnaire, just to kind of gauge what you want. Thank you so much for putting that in the chat for me. Um, I'll gauge kind of what services you're looking for. I have a range of different things I'm offering right now, and then some to come. Right now, I have two. So I'm looking this year to get about five, but everybody needs something different. Some are like a little more. So, of course, with Gail, it's every week, every day. We're doing something together. But others, like my other client who is doing the podcast, is like twice a week. So,
Yeah, and one thing that I did for all of you who are just saying, okay, do I need an assistant or not? One thing that I did, I looked at what I am not great at doing. And that is, for me, first of all, I have like 5 emails. Don't ask. Don't ask. For different things. I have my author email, I have my personal email, I have news and motion email, I just have a lot of emails, but I use all of them. And we're coming to leave Davia's comment up there. We're coming back to that in a moment. And one thing that I did was like, okay, this is too much for me. So I need somebody to check the news and motion email. I need someone to help with the schedule, because now I'm being invited to all these different things. And guess what, y'all? As I'm talking about an invitation, I received a email yesterday asking me for Women's History Month. Would I take the space of being on the cover of a woman's business magazine? I was like, what?
yes.
What? So that is happening. But I have all these different things coming in. So that's where Camille comes in to help take some of that load, and it's going to help expand the business. And already we're seeing a difference because of her taking that time and saying, this is news and motion, and these are the areas I'm working on. Davia said, would updating a professional profile be something you would do?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead and reach out to me and we can talk specifics on, what you're looking for. I do have connections to different photographers if you're looking for that as well.
So see, I love that. And y'all, I have to say this too. Again, this is an entire platform to connect people. Yesterday, I know Cassandra Tarver was on here. Afterwards, the guests are still in the virtual space, green room. Well, Isaiah and Cassandra connected. And for one of Cassandra's event, guess who she reached out to? It was Isaiah. So y'all, that is what we're doing here. And this is the part that I love. I just love it. John says, smart, bring someone that has skill set you don't have but need. Yes. Leah says, here's another question. Do you help with resume writing, or do you have a Black-owned business you can refer to for that service?
Yes, I have another business that will do that for you. I can give you the basic, but I definitely know someone who could do the best work for you.
Thank you for that. So y'all reach out to her. Again, that email, and I lost the email. So Isaiah, if you can find somebody and put that one back up there, her email on how to reach her. Thank you. pleasantVAsolutions@gmail.com. Again, that's pleasantVAsolutions@gmail.com. Listen, don't sleep on her. Seriously, y'all. This is how we build. This is how we partner. This is how we collaborate. And this is what makes a difference. Camille will be one of the people who will be serving as a mentor. She may also be one of the people that want to receive information. So she's on that list as well. So we're just so excited. So thank you so much for Camille for coming on and for doing all the work you're doing here on News in Motion and helping to support other Black-owned businesses. Bless you, sister. Bless you.
Yes, ma'am. You guys have a great day.
You too. Yes, so y'all check her out. Be sure to do that. Y'all, the inspirational message. I receive emails in the morning with different scriptures. I think Dr. Antoinette receives one from this one as well. But the scripture says, the scripture says he tends his flock like a shepherd. He gathers the lambs in his arms and carries them close to his heart. He gently leads those that have young. And the key word I want to pull out today is he gently leads. He gently leads. Some of us need to check ourselves to make sure we are gently leading others. Some people can't handle the force or the assertiveness. Now, some of us, I'm included, I can be assertive as well. And I can say, come on, you can do that. But I usually do that with people I know who can handle that type of engagement. But for many people, we have to lead gently. We have to give them small nudges along the way to get them to where we want them to go. We need to ask questions. We need to, I encourage us to start leading people through asking questions. Asking a question as, how may I serve you? How can I help? Is there anything you need? I see you're doing XYZ when it comes to your design business. Is there any room that there may be a space where someone could come in and just give you some suggestions? Again, I want to go back to Lori Wallace. Y'all, these books, and I switched them the other day, they're selling because people are seeing them on the replay or live. But that came from Lori, who called me up. And Lori, I hope you don't mind me sharing our conversation. I won't share the whole conversation, but Lori, she sent me a text message first because she has my personal cell phone. She says, hey, do you mind if we can talk a little bit today if you have opportunity? And I text her, like, yeah, girl, what's up? And so then we ended up on the phone and she was slow walking. I was like, girl, what you want? Because y'all know me by now. And she says, listen, here's just a few suggestions. God told me to do this, God. And and I know because of her person, I know she didn't just say that. I know God really spoke to her. And her gifting came through that. And she just began to say, try this, do this, do this. I think, this is just my eye. This is what I see. And from my screen, I'm thinking you're seeing something else from what I see every morning. But she explained to me, she took pictures. She took pictures from her cell phone of the live broadcast and sent me. And I said, wow, I didn't know that's what y'all see on that end, because I always see the other side. And so I said, yeah, sure. So it took me a few days and time to figure out how I was going to do it. And then I was like, okay, what about this? She goes, much better. That's good. Okay, you got it. That's gently leading. Y'all, that's what we should do with one another. And here's the other side of this inspirational message. If there's a relationship that you have with someone and they're reaching out to you to get you to do something different and to encourage you, don't be offended. Y'all, everything's not personal. There are people out here wanting to see you soar. They're wanting to see you succeed. So make sure you are a person who's able to receive what someone's sharing. Now, the key word that I said there was having a relationship with them. So you want to build a relationship. You can't come off the pavement and just say, boom, this is what I think you should do. Because my response and other people's response would be, I don't know you. It's like, I don't even know who you are. Why would you tell me this? So build that relationship. Get an understanding of why they're doing what they do. But when you have that clearance, make sure you're saying it. Make sure you're receiving it.
Are you ready to raise awareness of your brand, product, or service? Gail, the host of News in Motion, is an influencer who brings attention to every product she mentions. She started out with a few followers and is growing her base daily. Listeners tune in Monday through Friday from around the U.S. and beyond. Let Gail help you expand and connect with new customers from all around. To get your brand, product, or services mentioned on her shows, just contact info.gaildudley@gmail.com to request her media deck. Catch Gail each weekday on News in Motion on Facebook Live at facebook.com/newsinmotion or her YouTube at youtube.com/Gail Dudley. You can also follow Gail on Instagram and Twitter at Gail Dudley and visit her website, www.gaildudley.com. Until next week, as Gail always signs off, stay well and remember to make some moves.